Hello and welcome to another edition of Joe Ken Around.
Yes.
I'm Ken.
And I'm Joe.
And together we're...
Joe Ken Around.
Yeah. Guess what, Joe?
Well, what's up?
It's not like you don't know this, but we're in a special location today.
Guess what, Joe? Yeah, I've got Dakota with me,
He's got Dakota.
who is currently biting his paws. Hey, stop doing that.
So, you know, that means we're not in the studio today.
Right.
But we are in the studio.
Aha! We went back to the roots.
But we cannot see the sun
Oh, the sun.
because we are 50,000 billion miles underground.
Nickel, gold-plated, copper-toned,
Turret
nickel ionized, iodine.
defended. It took me a while to do that. Turret defended.
Oh, like in Superman 3?
Right, the rockets.
Yeah.
And then they're playing the NES version of him trying to shoot at him.
I forgot about that. And then he's like doing these kicks when they're blowing up, but it's in like 8-bit or whatever.
And it has a score.
Does it really have a score?
It does.
Too?
It's like points.
I remember that
and
now.
everything.
Yeah. That's super cool.
That would be a really cool technology if you could take reality and make it 8-bit.
Wait,
Like
for which
you know
purpose?
what I mean?
Like for
just visually,
life?
like a camera that you would like a filter, I guess. You just point at life,
Well,
but
I've
it would
seen-
make it like pristine 8-bit.
Oh, pristine.
Understand
8-bit.
how to take, a 4K resolution face and make it into
I saw an
8
app.
pixels.
Dude, they got it. They already have it.
Really?
Yeah.
They got
I
it?
mean, I saw an app that
Is it on the Tac Talks? The Tic Tacs?
Ticky Tackies?
The
That's what I heard before.
Taki Toes?
I don't know. I'm not on it, Ken.
TikToks?
I don't do that religion.
You do religion. I got onto it recently.
Yeah.
First time ever
How is China?
for the China. Put the business on there and
Yep.
stuff,
I technically have one for the business too. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
know some people have had some great success by doing it. So
Yep.
it's just one of those things, man. Just one of those things.
One of those things. Joe, how important is freedom to you?
More important than my safety.
Okay. He said very sternly.
Don't mind my dog as he's
Wow.
doing dog things.
That looks painful.
I don't know how.
Oh. You got a front row seat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, buddy. You all right? Okay.
Hey, he's got to do what he's got to do here. Anyway, well, why do you bring up? Yeah, so freedom.
Well, you dabble in a little bit of freedom, I hear.
Let freedom ring.
Well, you stand for freedom
I stand for it.
and you sit for freedom.
Yep. I guess.
Can you define what freedom is?
Oh man, I was not ready for all this. You're so good at bringing these things into question when I'm not ready for it.
That's right. That's why we do this. We don't have a script. I don't know if you guys know this, but none of this is scripted.
I think it's probably pretty obvious.
Yeah.
No, I think
Well, the reason being is because you're doing some paintings and
Right,
stuff
right,
here
right,
because
right,
we're
right,
in the Joe studio, 5
We
billion
are.
miles.
Yes.
And I look around and I see a lot of stuff that's very freedom oriented.
Yeah. There's some things that we can't talk about in here that are,
Right.
on that level, so to speak.
Yeah,
but
there's something behind me that just is I've only heard generalities about it and very specific
special location here.
item that was flown at a specific place. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're not far off. That's exactly it.
Stuff that represents things that we didn't even know happened.
Oh, that reminds me. I need your phone, and I need to put it in a lead case and in the fridge. So if you could So if you could give me that.
Well, according to Indiana
start.
Jones, you can survive a nuclear blast in the fridge, so that tracks.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. I've got a lot of patriotic freedom messaging in the studio.
Yep.
And I'm very thankful for it, that we do have it here. It being freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Freedom means I can do whatever I want, right?
Yeah. That's what it means.
Right. It means I can do whatever I want and nothing bad happens.
Right. And especially when it infringes upon others. That's when freedom is at its best. Right?
Oh, we have I think freedom just means the right to choose. But you can't choose your consequences, obviously. So
right.
You have the freedom to choose. A lot of people don't have the freedom to choose or the freedom to think even. I don't know if it was on Tiki-Takis or wherever, but I saw this post and I don't know if it was, I'm probably going to say the wrong country, so I'm not going to say it, but it was an Asian country.
Okay.
Right. That does not have the freedom that we have.
Okay.
And the police officers were going up and down the subway, making sure people didn't have like VPNs on their phone and, just like arresting people just for what they would have on their phone.
Kind of like overcooked chicken.
Yeah.
Straight to jail.
Yeah. Like
jail.
The Venezuelan.
Also that sketch is pretty awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
That's a funny show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, like going up and down the subways. So VPN, for those who don't know what a VPN is.
Oh, yeah. VPN is a virtual private network, meaning that you can spoof or make believe that your phone is in a different location.
I do that all the time.
But you can then, have access to region lock content. So
right
in this country, wherever this was, I'm sure that they have all their service is providing a specific view of the internet,
Right.
Certain things are blocked and all that stuff. And so they can control the world view
right. So if they
outside world. And it might have been, it can't be North Korea because they don't really take pictures and you don't even see pictures of in North Korea. So I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't sure the the country of origin, but the opposite of freedom, right? That's very
they're taking away that ability to think for themselves and choose things for themselves for sure. Yeah.
Is there such thing as too much freedom, Joe?
Right behind you is the water feature going on. Sorry, it was distracting.
I don't know if you can hear it or not, but
I don't.
It sounds like somebody is going potty. The AC unit is dripping water behind
that. Could be an example of too much freedom at that point. Somebody's using their freedom a little too much in my studio.
Well, there's a different. The reason I'm asking is because the freedom and anarchy are different. Okay.
Right. Okay.
And some people ascribe to freedom being anarchy, meaning no rules, no limits, do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's how
down with the
as kids,
the man.
Down with the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, any rules or regulations that could maintain some form of decency within a society.
Right.
Kind of go out the window with that version of it. So that's always where the balancing act between a system.
So what's a good freedom balance?
America.
Yeah, right.
We're done.
Yeah, that's right. Just kidding. America. I don't want to. I'm not trying to dive too deep into it, but it's just I was thinking about it on the way to the bunker, the 12 miles to
down here
to the elevator that goes to 50 billion miles. Basically, we're in China because of how deep we are. Right. So we had to think about freedom.
Well, we're actually in the ocean if we went straight down, but just telling you.
Oh, the ocean.
Yeah. Somebody proved that if we went, dug to China, quote unquote.
Go to the ocean?
Yeah, I think you'd be in the ocean is what I remember from the video.
So the
like we would come out in the ocean.
Oh, you mean on the other side?
On the other side, yeah.
If it was a straight shot, you mean?
Yeah, a lot of people. They used to think China was exactly
the opposite. Yeah, but it's oblong.
Something. I don't remember.
There's a word for you.
But anyway,
oblong.
So you're thinking about it though.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about freedom.
Thinking about
just thinking about freedom and society and like how you work together with people and still have freedom and still have rules and structure.
Let's do a microcosm of this.
Ooh.
Okay, let's break this down even more. Yeah, microcosm it. Cosmology. Microcosm it. We're gonna put it. Okay. So when I need to, if you're gonna work with kids, let's say, all right, and you have 4-year-olds at like, a school function or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's just 4-year-olds pretty much. And then a few parents. And then it's like, you go, like I've experienced this on field trips. I've experienced this in different situations where there's a certain set of rules that will probably be put into place for that situation. Right. So it's, you're going to a museum or something. Right.
Yeah.
And then they a lot of times there are different structures.
Everybody has to hold hands.
Okay, there's one, right? So there's line leaders. There's like all those kinds of things.
Line leaders.
Yeah, you remember those days?
Oh my goodness. I haven't heard that word in forever.
Well, wasn't there...
would you like to be the line leader? You're like, yeah, I mean, of course, inside you're like, I have my own domain. I own you.
See, there it is. See?
Immediate abuse of power.
The second you get it, you're like, the line went this way. No, it didn't.
No, I'm going this way.
The kids are having like mental breakdowns because Ken's the line leader.
I'm the line leader, man. I'm the line leader.
Yeah.
But so you have rules for for the kids, right?
Yeah.
That are.
So let's say you're doing lunch.
Event specific.
Yeah. You're going to do lunch, getting off the bus. Usually you'll have something like, all right, everyone, line up in front of so-and-so, and then we're going to go here. And what the here might be, let's say you're going to get lunch and then you go out to the park. We did something like that back when we visited the aquarium, for instance. And outside the aquarium, there's a little park area. Well, the rule was you can't leave the grass, for instance.
Right.
Or things like that. So there's these boundaries that get placed into our lives that it's like you can do anything, you want basically as far as playing. You can play with the soccer ball, you can do this, you can do that, you can do all these things. But when you start infringing upon other people's ability to also be free, might be a way to put it, although that's still imperfect. I know it is. I know there's holes to that, but since we're generally speaking, like if another kid like locks down another kid and ties him up and is like beating him up, like there's a problem with that. But
what kind of school is this?
Hey, you'd be surprised. I saw all this.
Tied up a kid, beat him
So you got to imagine though, I'm stressing out because I'm so used to like, at least like almost college or maybe high schoolers where it's not like they don't do dumb things. They do really dumb things, but I understand the dumb things they're about to do on a totally different level. But with the little ones, you're like, they're so cute. Oh my gosh, you're killing the other kid. Stop. That's different than like, wow, two adults that are like, contemplating ways that they can
hurt somebody.
Yeah. In a totally different way.
Whereas the kid just like gets mad and hits the other kid with a rock.
And it's just boom. He like picks up a rock, instant thing. Just blood. and then the parent is like mad. Like so fast. This is what happens. The kid sits on the other guy's chips just and laughs.
The other kid tries to assassinate him.
But for them, it's like he crunched the chips, but now his world is over.
Right.
Whereas in college, it's like, oh yeah, I'll do it to you, ha ha ha, and then maybe it's over at that point.
Yeah.
But with the kids, it's the life ending moment.
Right, they're still learning emotions and stuff like that. So I'm in that phase right now too. Not me personally, but my kids. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, so we're very much in that where the 2-year-old does something to the 4-year-old, or the 4-year-old does something to the 2-year-old.
Of course.
And it's instant red.
There is no other thing. It is the reaction.
Have you seen Pixar's Inside Out? The red guy that's like, all right. He just turns it on.
Turns into fuel.
That can happen. Now, some of them some of the reactions and stuff are getting better, and they're learning about that too. That's part of it. But so that was a really good example, because I was going to pose a proposition.
Oh, I love these. Okay. Proposition us.
Here, let me say this.
Okay.
Do you think the level of freedom matches the level?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Everything.
calm down.
Okay, the level.
Oh, good job. Hey, good job.
He just army crawled under the table. There might be a few more barks with the car door.
The bork.
Yep. Sorry, guys.
So what was I saying?
Does the level? We might have to pause. I was gonna say, does the level of freedom match?
Every time we're trying to get
you can't.
Does the level of freedom match?
No, you can't.
The
go that
level
way.
of, I don't want to say maturity, but
for lack of a better word, maturity.
Yeah.
Yes. There's so many things happening in the studio all at once, and I apologize.
No,
people.
it's fine.
Okay, so yes, I do. The water feature is now happening.
It's puttying behind me.
Behind Ken. Yeah, well, I think that is something.
Do you gain more freedom the more? I keep going to respect. No, the more mature is the only word that's in there. There's another word for it though, because it's not all about maturity. It's about
ability even to
understanding.
Because there's the understanding
still circling,
side, but
circling
yes.
it, but the respect of the freedom itself. So like,
okay,
it's a privilege, right? So it's not something that you're like, oh yeah, I just I do whatever I want.
Okay. Yes.
Circling the idea, and that's why I had to put it out there, because I can't fully form it. I got like 80%. There's a word that's missing though.
I have it. I think I have the word. The ability to discern.
Discernment is a better word for it. Yes. Or wisdom.
Yep.
Or I was going to say intelligence, because that can kind of be the same thing. As you're growing up and your intelligence increases and your world knowledge and your world view and all those thingies.
Yeah. I mean, man, talk about a society that we've experimented with and come up with. I guess Dakota's on the same page.
We just need to get him a mic.
Yeah, so he can chime in like he does. He's got those ears back now, and he's kind of like looking, not guilty, but kind of like, I'm sorry, but I can't help it, and I'm going to do it again.
Do you guys hear what I just heard?
I think if I keep talking like this, it actually keeps him from having that space to implement what he wants to say.
Yep, and he just like inserts when he's like, oh, you have a pause?
Now's the moment.
To bork.
Where were we going with that, though? I had something for this.
Okay, well, while you're thinking about it, I was saying that we don't understand the freedom until we mature, I guess, is the other thing. Like these veterans and people that have seen another side of freedom where, I personally haven't been in a place where these other people have and don't have the freedoms that we have, obviously. But they have, and they've killed and shot and sacrificed everything for it. So their value of freedom matches their level of maturity or understanding of the freedom.
Yes, 100%. And you notice one of the biggest things about immigrants that have come over.
Yes, immigrants too.
Instance,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
They have this,
people that had the previous life.
Exactly. If they've experienced anything different than America, very typically you see a certain amount of appreciation. I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of them that I've personally run into and have heard speak mention a lot of those things, like, hey, we just left, communist whatever,
right,
such and such a place, and we didn't have diapers for our kids some days because and that's not even a big one. I'm just saying that's one of the things they brought up.
Interesting.
Like things like that, or clean water, like simple things. And I know that that's really available in a very high percentage of the world actually now too, but I'm just saying that's what they decided.
It's stuff you don't think about,
right?
And then
Toilet
they're like,
paper,
hey,
all this
how
stuff.
do you live without this stuff, because we're very privileged and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you're right about those who have also, I think, put their name on a dotted line and said, I will sacrifice everything for it.
Yeah, I will die. I'm putting my life in the hands of fate.
Yep.
In order to guard something worth guarding.
Yep.
So
and
they do value.
That. Yeah, they do that as brothers, and
right.
sistren, if you will, right? But like
sistrins.
But that's what they would say. They would say, just recapping after this weekend, that's what I heard. I heard them say that they are literally signing on this line. They're saying they're going to serve and they're going to protect. And then they are also trusting their brothers to do the same. And when they are like, I need you, that they will be there for each other. And so their view of what they bought and paid for, it doesn't, like, some of the things become very piddly, red and blue kind of questions that pop up that are kind of in not even gray areas, because I'm going to think I'm right, being more red or more whatever, right, on that side of something. But the ability to work together towards one goal is what they do very well.
Yeah.
No matter what they think might be the best way to help society.
Yeah.
There are some big versions of that, big winning ideas that they're going to fight for. And that's where it all starts.
Talk about freedom. They give up their freedom to fight for freedom.
Yeah.
Like, you can't brush your teeth in the military
without them telling you how to do it and when to do it.
Okay.
Well, they definitely want you doing it all the time, because that's like one of the biggest things. Brush your teeth,
hygiene,
and do push-ups.
Yep.
And then shoot the enemy. And that's like,
right. Brush your teeth and do push-ups and shoot the enemy.
It's pretty close. I think a lot of people would agree with that.
Yeah. Hey, if you're a military vet, if you're a veteran, if you are a family of a veteran, we are one of them.
Yep.
We have some military people in our family, alive and past.
Yep.
Thank you for the freedom that you guys have fought for. This isn't a Veterans Day or a special day to remember this. It was something I was thinking about. I thought we'd talk a little bit about it and have some laughs and serious things, and
yes,
just
we are
in
thankful.
the bunker.
Yep. Down in the bunker.
Yep. We're very free in this bunker down here.
Which reminds me that,
but no, seriously, it is a thank you. It is a sincere, heartfelt thank you. Which reminds you what? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, no, just because you were reminiscing, if you will, on what you might be talking about today and all that, and we ended up at this spot, which I think is awesome, because I do like coming into this room, and that's why it's outfitted the way it is, because I want to be reminded of why it is I do a lot of what I do and a lot of the things that I represent, and a lot of my friends and people, family that I have in this room. I want them to feel the same things and have the common denominator stuff ready and available before our eyes, and that kind of thing, right? As a daily reminder. So I also harp the same thing Ken was saying, thank you, and all of that. But I also want to find out, I think you guys need to, if you haven't listened to the last episode, I still want to, we just released recently, so obviously these are released through time. So
through time,
time. Yeah. There is no other way to do it. So
a week ago, episode 31 came out.
So
talking about the perfect tree.
Yeah, and we don't have to rehash the whole thing. I just want you to go ahead and make sure you submit your answers and stuff to that question. Now, by this point, maybe there have been a few more, but I want to see some more, because I want to start this idea of having a little back and forth conversation, and maybe we'll bring it up and maybe even bring up a name if you're okay with that. You can say anonymous if you want. Keep me anonymous, but I think it'd be fun to read some of the answers maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can go to facebook.com/jokingaroundpodcast, where we'll be making posts, and we usually put the link out there for the latest episode. If you're subscribed to your favorite podcast platform, we're on all of them. We're on Spotify, Apple,
all of them,
Google.
baby.
We're on Deezer.
Deezer. I've never heard of that one, but we're on that one.
I think we're on Deezer. We're like we're on everything.
What about Apple? You said Apple Podcasts?
We're on Apple Podcasts.
Okay. And, Google Podcasts?
Yeah, we are. And I saw an announcement that Google Podcasts is going away. So that's the second thing Google killed that I really like.
What?
They used to have Google Music, and then they replaced it with YouTube Music, which is highly inferior. I loved Google Music because it was just so like ultra clean. And
I remember that.
Upload your own music as well too. Not that other places can't do that, but
you like the platform.
Like all the music I've bought and everything up to this point just kept moving to different places, and then anyways. But yeah, find us on there. Find us on the socials. Yeah. Find us on your favorite podcast platform, and we love you guys. And
oh man, we'll see you later, I guess.